G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Today I'm just going to do a quick video on how to get a few more revs or less fatigue out of your Power Head 1400. So these are both out of warranty. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a little screw in the switch, which then instead of having to hold that down hard to create full revs, I can actually just hold it to there and I'm at full revs. The only thing is, with our little screw that we're going to put in, we're just going to make sure that it's not out too far, otherwise when you put your battery in, it's going to turn off. Remember that anything you do to these modification wise, you do void warranty. And I always super glue down my switch, so then it's just the trigger. I mean, I've been using this thing for 6 years and I've never had an incident. I've had more incidences with a handheld hedge trimmer and than with this thing here, with like safety concerns. All right, so what we're going to need is a tiny little screw. Then we're going to need a 5/64 or a 1.5 mil drill bit, which I just, and a screw, and then you're going to need a T15 and a T20 drill bit. So the T15 is for this one here behind the trigger. Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, give me 5 minutes. Oh,
no, I stepped over in it.
Don't lose my screw. Step. Try not to lose a screw.
Hello, YouTube. How you going?
Hey, just because I can wreck your videos doesn't mean you can wreck mine.
Are you yelled out Hawk Tui in my video.
Yeah, well, you needed a hook to it.
I was busy acting womanly and
Alright.
Hawk Tui was on it.
So, in here we're going to put a screw on this green piece here, on this trigger. So what you need to do is we're going to make sure that it is just off-centered. You don't want it in the center, otherwise your screw will slip off this trigger bit here. Oh, my finger. And when we go to put it back together, we're going to make sure that this guy here fits in. There's a, I don't want to turn it over because I'll lose all. There's a similar one to that on the other side here. So if you go to put it in and it doesn't want to fit, that guy there's got to go in there. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to pull out our green thing. That screw, that does nothing. That little beautiful spring, so if you lose it, doesn't matter. Then we're going to flip him over and we're going to go just off center, sorry, from the middle, but we're going in the middle this way. So we're going to go right there in the middle, off center. That's what I'm looking for, middle off center. Put it in the vise. Now what I generally do is I'll put my drill bit in so that way I don't go too far down. Now you want to have your screw hanging out about 2 mil, which would be 16/64, 16/64. Does that sound like a good number? I don't know how you Americans do the fractions. Sorry, but unless you're brought up on it, it is really confusing. All right, so we're sitting at 2 mil. Actually, that's a bit too high. So that's all we want. Basically 2 mil. 2 mil sitting above that. So what you want is that when you put a battery in it, it doesn't turn on. Okay, the next bit we've got to make sure is we've got to pull this one down so that it makes our Alright. Here we go. On this one I probably could have gone a little bit to the bottom. It doesn't matter. But now, without that going all the way to, like without pulling this all the way up, that there, you'll see it, this here will hit all the way to the bottom without having to use all that extra force. All right, let's put them back together. Remember, we've got this little bit here, because sometimes I bloody forget. These wires here are a prick. Make sure that they don't slide underneath, and make sure, this has happened to me, that this wire is over the top, and then you screw the bastard and it no longer works. And they certainly are not going to cover that under warranty for your stupidity. There you go, you can hear that click. All right. Don't do that. Now, I have modified my brand new ones, knowing that by the time I get to use them, they will be past their use by date. So I did that the other day and then realized I probably should have done a video on it, because I bought them February last year, so they'll actually be out of date this month. And there's one sitting there. Oh, there they are. One there and one there. So there was a special on where I bought the 7-piece that's normally $1,800. I bought it for $1,200, and then they had another special on one of these. So my old girl, this is my original. That's where I can't remember what happened to it. It's playing up anyway. It's playing up. But it's 6 years old. You can see that I've worn that baby out. I had actually replaced the gearbox in it. So that part was one part that actually wore, there you go. So I actually wore that guy out on that one. And replaced it. But yeah, that was 6 years old, and I've now gone to another one this year, and then bought another 2. So that's how good they are. And I've got no, they get fairly well heavily mistreated. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Oh, sorry, we've got to check to make sure that it works. Perfect. So if you put your battery in and it does that, you need to pull it apart again and put that screw down a little bit further. But now instead of trying to hold that trigger hard against that to get full speed, I can now just go just out and I can feather it. Oh, we didn't put the baby screw in, the 15 mil, the T15, sorry. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching One Green Thumb Gardening. If there's any comments, queries, so forth, drop me a line, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks very much and have a beautiful day. See ya.